Now, I don't write scripts for my videos. I don't pre-plan these things usually. I usually see something and I start recording and start saying what I feel about it. Sometimes I do have to reshoot. This is one of those times. And the reason is because I was so pissed off I was saying things that wouldn't fly on YouTube. Hey, I'm your buddy Moo Juice Magic. And when you're a kid, you are told to, hypothetically, you're told to learn to interact with other kids around you, to interact with your peers, to make friends, to be respectful of each other's faces, to share, to be polite, to do those things that help raise you and sculpt you into a polite member of society, to continue to better society. Your parents should be a good example first, and then, teachers, other adults, family members, etc. Those folks should be good examples to you. But what happens when you have a parent who is a bad example, not just in what they do, but what they expect from you? Well, we're going to find that out today in this video. We're going to see the makings of a police involved shooting. That's what we're going to see here. This is the makings of a police involved shooting. I have no better way to say it.
Don't you snatch that from her. Don't do that again. Yeah, knock it down. Tear it up. Yep, and step on it. And Karen's just gonna have to deal with it. The fuck? Yep, knock all of it down. Good girl. Very good, Naoki. And grab it and tear it up. Oh well. Tear it up again. Don't put your hands on her. Don't do that. Yeah.
Disgusting. Okay, so a lot to unpack here. Yeah, like I said, I had to reshoot this a few times, mostly because of what I'm saying about this mother. First of all, worst mother of the year for sure. This is a garbage person, absolute garbage human being. Starts off with, this woman went out to do this. She set out to do this for social media, for this video. She's even got the line on there, my daughter's not playing with these baby Karens. And then, what is it she says down here a little later? Little Karen about to get fucked up. Okay? Yeah, that's a very good mature adult there. A good example to your child, you hood rat. So, break it down. Little kid takes a sandwich from the little girl. She's been interrupting their playtime. These other two little girls are playing. This mom comes in. We see part of the video because that's where she wants you to see it. She brings a sandwich over to her mom. Look what I took from them, because her mom probably goaded her into it. We don't see the whole thing because her mom only has part of the video up. I wonder why. Just happens to be recording where it's already saying my daughter's not playing with these Karens. Now, set up. So, she gets all mad when the girl goes to take it back. Why are you telling her to take stuff from us? That's that look. Don't you snatch that from her. Yeah, telling her what to do. She drops the F-bomb talking about the kids. When the little girl goes to intervene later, she says, don't put hands on her. Taking away the consequences of her actions. This poor little sweet girl here. Don't do that again.
Knock it down.
And she cancels it down. She pauses it because she says something else there. Guarantee she cuts that out. Guarantee she said something to that poor little white girl about it.
Tear it up.
Tear it up. Throw things around. Step on it, right?
Yep, yeah. And step on it. And Karen's just going to have to deal with it.
I don't know where this little white girl's parents are, but if that was my kid and my wife was there overhearing that woman would get her ass beat. Absolutely. My wife would have started smashing the crap out of the bitch with the camera. 100%. And that's what should have happened here. That is absolutely what should have happened, because this is child abuse. This is raising that poor little girl. First of all, this little white girl here is going to be kind of racist after this. Guarantee you, this is where racism was born for this white girl. If it gets born in this white girl at all, this is where it comes from.
The fuck?
100%.
Yep, knock all of it down.
Yep, knock all of it down. This poor little innocent girl here is abused in this situation. Even she's confused. She knows, naturally she knows. This is, look at the look on her face. She naturally knows this is not the right thing to do. She knows that she's doing something wrong. Internally. It's already there. It's pre-programmed in her DNA to know what she's doing is incorrect. She's confused that her mom would want her to do this. That should be telling. That should be very telling of the situation. But the mom doesn't understand that because the mom is so fucking entitled that she thinks that she can do whatever she wants because she's gotten away with everything she wants to do in her life. That's what's happened here. And that's what breeds this shit.
Good girl.
Good girl. Good doing bad behavior.
Very good, Naoki.
That's mommy's good little felon.
Tear it out.
Poor Naoki. See, she's still confused. She's like the other girl's crying. Mom, how is this the right thing? Well, I can answer that for you, Naoki. Your mom's a piece of shit. You have a horrible mother. Your mother is raising you to be a statistic. That's what's happening here. You're probably going to end up resisting arrest and getting shot because of your mother. And that's what it boils down to. It has nothing to do with the cop. Has nothing to do with anything else. It has to do with her mom being a bitch and a bad mom. And that's fucking disgusting. And this is me truncating this safely for YouTube, by the way. I could say a lot worse. This is not how you raise a child. This is disgusting behavior. This is horrible. This poor little girl. You guys, if you're out there and you come across this video and you see this poor little girl, I guess her name is Naoki, save her. Intervene. Her mom is terrible. Her mom is going to raise her to die and to be a piece of shit. One or the other. This innocent, sweet little thing is going to be turned into a fucking monster at best. At best. Now, but Moo, you had a crappy childhood. How come you're not like that? Well, I can tell you why. Because at one point, I got introspective. And I am not the most common outcome of my upbringing. I'm not great. Don't get me wrong. I'm obviously I'm a flawed dog, guys. I'll be the first to tell you where my flaws are. I have no problem pointing that out. But with this girl here, the odds of her getting out and finding a way out of what her mother's doing to her are null. They are so slim. And it's sad. And we know it's slim because we see the numbers. We see the statistics of people raised like this. You see them when they break into stores and loot. We see it when they riot and burn cars. We see it when they do stupid shit like this. Whether it's the Nepo baby asshole Jack Doherty motherfucker or it's fucking Trayvon Martin. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. When you're told you can do whatever the fuck you want, you're going to do whatever the fuck you want. Fuck consequences because you weren't taught to think about consequences. We need to start teaching people about consequences early on so they don't have to learn about them the hard way. The whole point of us having gone through the experiences we did, the bad experiences, is so we can help our kids avoid those bad experiences and find their own experiences to go through that are less shitty if you had a shitty upbringing. You're supposed to know your own flaws so you can make sure your kid can find their own flaws and work with that. You're supposed to address your own malfeasance and stop it in front of your kids. Don't act that way in front of your children. And definitely don't instruct them to behave this way. This is just mind-numbing to me that someone can be such an absolute shit person. Like, this little kid doesn't stand a chance. She doesn't care about her kid. I know she doesn't care about her kid. She cares about herself. Because people that care about their kids don't raise their kids this way. It's one thing to tell your kid not to get walked on. Because I tell my kids, don't let people walk on you. That's why they've been training martial arts their whole ass life. But to teach a kid to actively stir shit up for no reason, they're not going to know what they're doing is wrong later. She knows what's wrong now. You can tell by the looks on her face she's giving. Yeah, she's hungry for mom's attention, but at the same time, this little girl's conflicted. You can see it in her mannerisms, in her facial expressions. She's conflicted because she knows what she's doing is totally wrong. But she needs her mom's approval. This is gross. This is gross behavior. This is grooming. This is grooming. Whether it might not be for sexual stuff, but this is a form of grooming. And not a good kind of grooming. This is negative grooming. It's in that category of abuse. That's where this is. What do you guys think? How should this be? What do you think? I'm having a hard time coming to words for this because I'm so pissed off about it. Like, I'm incredibly frustrated. People like this shouldn't exist. This shouldn't be a thing we have to experience. But the bitch gets a camera, and she gets social media, and she gets a following, and she says, hey, I'm going to use my child as a way to make money and to be popular. And that's all this little kid is. It's a popularity thing for this bitch. She's a device for this woman to get her fucking frustrations and popularity. That's all it is. It's fucking disgusting, and I, for one, I'm appalled. That's a lack of a better word, I guess, is appalled. Like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is there a law against this? Is there a CPS person around that can enlighten me on to how this gets approached? from your end. Like, I'm not pro CPS. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the government getting involved and intervening and shit. But in this situation, someone needs to intervene. Someone in Mayoki's family needs to intervene and get this bitch away from her kid before the kid turns out to be another statistic. Because that's what's going to happen. I'm your buddy Moo Juice Magic. I love you in the face. And I apologize to Mayoki on behalf of her shitty garbage parent and society that's failed her so far. I hope it changes.